Hey, so this is just a little bit of a different kind of video for me today. So it's kind of a hard video, mainly because I didn't really plan on doing it. So I have had 2 abortions in my life, and um, um, and it's not until now that the Lord is leading me to talk about them. One was in high school. I was, I believe, 16. Honestly, I think my memory has kind of blocked those times out as much as it can. So I have a hard time even remembering how old I was or anything like that. But I know I was about 16. My boyfriend at the time, we were high school sweethearts and having sex, and we messed up, and I got pregnant. And I think the biggest reason for me why I got an abortion was because I knew my mom was not going to handle it well, having to deal with raising me, my brother, and a baby. And then I also knew that at the time my boyfriend was a really good basketball player, and the high school jock, and everyone was projecting that he would go to the NBA and all of these things, and I didn't want to be seen as the girl that tried to trap him, trap him. And so I told him I was pregnant, and he asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him that I wanted to get an abortion, or I thought the best thing was to get an abortion. And so he came with me, and we did it. And then I had another abortion years later. After the first abortion, around 19, I got pregnant with my daughter, and abortion was never even an option. I was so happy to be pregnant. I was so excited about this baby. I knew that I wanted to be the best mother I could ever be to this child, and I was so excited, and her father was so excited, and abortion was never even crossed my mind. And then years later, my daughter was about 3, maybe 2, 3, maybe somewhere around that age. I was promiscuous and, just doing what I wanted to do, and I met a guy, and we had sex, and I got pregnant one time. In my defense, if I even need to defend myself, but I did not know he didn't use a condom. He on purpose took it off while I knew while we were having sex that he didn't have a condom on. But my self-esteem, my self-worth, it was so low that I wasn't even offended enough that he would even do something like that. That's how much I didn't care about myself. Number one. Number two, I wasn't even self-confident enough to say something about it. So the offense wasn't there. The anger wasn't there. So I didn't have the confidence to even say anything about it or correct him Anyways, I had gotten an abortion then too. And so what I think the goal, if there is one, of this video is to not only speak about the topic, open the discussion that abortions happen. It's like a shush topic, and no one wants to talk about it, but it happens. And there are girls out there, women out there, who feel like abortion is the answer. And I am not one to, pro-life and having signs outside of Planned Parenthood and all that stuff. That's not me, and that's not God. but it's selfish. If I look back, the only reasons why I had abortions were for selfish reasons. I was worried about what people would think about me. I was worried about the burden of a child. And I was worried about, looking bad, and my mother, and and people can say, well, I want an abortion, or I had an abortion, or I want to have abortion because I don't want the child to have a hard life, and I want to, I have a great life ahead of me, and I don't want to mess that up. And it's selfish. It is not for the child. That is a lie that we tell ourselves. It's a lie. If you cared about the child, and you care about the child, if the child is truly number one, you will give her a shot at a life with a mother, a great mother. Be the best mother you can be. Make it your life's goal to parent this child like no other woman can. So if the baby is number one to you, make her number one. Eat well, take your prenatals, stop clubbing, stop drinking, get your education, go to school, start a business, whatever that may mean for you. But that's how you make her number one, not by ending her life. No matter what anybody tells you, abortion is murder. We're killing a human being that's growing in the side of you. And I'm not here to spit out statistics and scientific facts, that it is what it is. And it's been years now since I've then given my life to Christ and asked for forgiveness and have been forgiven. The Lord has given me visions and dreams about my children that are in heaven. And my pastor literally said something today as a side note to his sermon. He was saying that the worst thing about abortion, if you've had an abortion, God will forgive you easily with no questions asked. And if you haven't asked for forgiveness, I implore you to do so. But he said the worst thing about abortion is that you don't give the child a chance to create a home for themselves in heaven. And that's a whole nother subject teaching he's talking about right now. He's teaching about how what we do on earth produces the materials for our mansion in heaven. So I pray for anyone listening to this video, if you are contemplating abortion, I implore you to take a minute, separate yourselves from people, separate yourself from your own thoughts, and whether you believe in God or not, sit in a quiet place and speak out how you're feeling. Speak out your fears. Speak out your concerns. And ask God if there is one for you. If you don't believe in God, ask God, because not believing in Him doesn't make Him any less real. And so I challenge you to ask Him, to challenge Him to show Himself to you, and ask God what He wants you to do and how He can help you with whatever decision you make. How He can help you be the mother that you don't believe you can be. How He can help you be the father that you don't believe you can be. And I just pray that you give yourself the chance to be who God called you to be in this child's life. And you give the child a chance to live the life that God has called them to live. And for those of you who've had abortions, God is not surprised by anything. and he's not put off by anything. And there's nothing you can do that will make God walk away from you. There's nothing you can do. There's no sin so bad that God won't forgive you. It has already been done. You just have to ask for forgiveness. You have to ask for salvation. You have to ask for forgiveness. And you have to put your heart out there in order for God to heal it. And I realize now that I am still on a healing journey when it comes to these abortions. And this video was a little bit easier to do than I thought. And if you guys have any questions, any comments, need prayer, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you thumbs up. The more thumbs up videos gets, the more it's shown in people's search and browses, and I believe this video can really, really help someone. God bless you guys, and I love you, and thanks for watching.